Good morning, students. I have shown you the different surfaces and borders and different sulci and gyri on different surfaces of the cerebral hemisphere. Now, I will highlight you the different functional areas of brain. And you know there are so many functional areas of brain. As for Brodmann's area, there are about 52 areas of Brodmann called Brodmann's functional area. But I will not show you or I will not discuss you all the 52 functional areas. Only few of them are asked usually in the examination, but you must know or must remember these functional areas at least in the type of examination. And what are these important functional areas? I am showing you from lobe to lobe, frontal lobe, parietal lobe, then temporal lobe and occipital lobe. So in different lobes there are different functional areas. I am showing you one by one. Let us start with the frontal lobe. And you know this is frontal lobe. And you know which part or how this frontal lobe is demarcated. You already know this is the lateral sulcus here and central sulcus is here. So the anterior part of this is the frontal lobe. And in this frontal lobe, what are the important functional areas of brain? This is central sulcus. So in front of central sulcus, that gyrus is the precentral gyrus. This precentral gyrus, it is called the primary motor area. And the area number is 4, and the function of this area is to control the motor activity of the body in an upside down manner. Upside down means the lower part of the gyrus is control the head neck region, followed by body and trunk, followed by the lower limbs here. So it extends up to the paracentral lobule on this side also. I told you the paracentral lobule also having the some part of the precentral gyrus. So this upside down manner is called the motor homunculus. So this is primary motor area or area 4. In front of it there are two important sulcus are there, superior and inferior frontal sulcus having superior frontal gyrus, middle frontal gyrus and inferior frontal gyrus. In the middle frontal gyrus, in front of area 4 there is area 6 and close to it or in front of it area 8 and area 9. This area 6, 8 and 9. Mainly area 6, partly 8 and 9 together they form another area called frontal eye field. This frontal eye field is important for conjugate movement of the eyeball and it controls the different eye movements. And the area in front of it are number 10, 11, 12 like this. But the frontal pole here, this area in the frontal pole is the area 10, this one. Lower part or inferior frontal gyrus, here this is lateral sulcus. So this is called pars orbitalis, pars triangularis, pars opercularis. So this pars triangularis and pars opercularis on this inferior frontal gyrus is the motor speech area or area number is area 44 and 45. But interestingly, the motor speech area, it is not present in both the hemisphere. In a right-handed person, usually it is on the left hemisphere and it is vice versa. But besides this motor speech area, other areas are bilateral. Only this speech area is unilateral, either in right or in the left hemisphere. So all these are important functional areas of the frontal lobe. And then come to the parietal lobe. This is parietal lobe in between the central sulcus front and paradoxal sulcus behind. And below is the extension of the lateral sulcus. This one is the parietal lobe. Here, by means of a transverse sulcus, it divides into superior parietal lobule and inferior parietal lobule. In the superior parietal lobule, behind the central sulcus is the central sulcus, is postcentral gyrus. The postcentral gyrus is the primary sensory area, area 312. The 312 means not 312 like this. It is 3, then 1, then 2 from ventral to dorsal. This 312, all these three area are called primary sensory area. And here also, like that of motor area, the body is represented by upside down manner called sensory homunculus. So sensory homunculus in the postcentral gyrus and motor homunculus in the precentral gyrus. And below this, below the postcentral gyrus, the lower part, here another area is there. That is called area 43 or test area. So test area is the lower part of the postcentral gyrus. Upper part is the area 312, that is primary sensory area, and lower part is the test area, area 43. Then let's see other areas, important areas. Here, the posterior end of the lateral sulcus, this one, it comes to this parietal lobe, inferior parietal lobule. So around this, the gyrus is called the supramarginal gyrus or area 40. And in the temporal lobe, superior temporal sulcus, it continues above, and the upturned end in the lower parietal lobule is called angular gyrus or area 39. This area 39 and 40, these two areas are called sensory speech area. And one thing to remember, that the posterior part of the superior temporal gyrus here is the area for 22, area 22. So this area 22 also may be considered as the part of the sensory speech area, also called Wernicke's area. This sensory speech area, it is important for the interpretation of speech and language. But the motor speech area, area 44-45, it is for expressive speech here. And here is speech area, it is for interpretation of written words and the language. So this is the sensory speech area 39, 40 and 22. In the temporal lobe, this is temporal pole. The area number of temporal pole, it is 38. And other areas are on the superior temporal gyrus, here you will get area 41 and also 42. This area 41 and 42, the area for auditory center or for hearing. And if these two area 41 and 42 was considered as auditory area, the primary one is the 41 and association area is the 42, but both are auditory area. And another area is the smell area. This is the uncus anterior end of the parahippocampal gyrus here, is called uncus. The uncus is the area 28. This uncus area is the area for smell. It is area for smell. Here, lower part of postcentral gyrus, area for taste 43. Here, 28. Regarding Wernicke's area, you may be asked, it is the posterior aspect of the superior temporal gyrus and the basal aspect of superior marginal gyrus, which are responsible for the comprehension of the language. Then come to the occipital lobe. The posterior lobe is the occipital lobe, the occipital pole. The area for the occipital pole is area 17. So the three poles, three different areas. Frontal pole, area 10. Temporal pole, area 38. Occipital pole, area 17. So what are the other areas in the occipital lobe? The important area for the occipital lobe is the visual area or visual cortex. The visual cortex may be primary and secondary. The primary cortex is area 17 and secondary area 18 and 19. Or the primary area or 17 area also called the striate area, and the area 19 also called peristriate area, and in between the 17 and 19 is the area 18 called parastriate area. So these visual cortex mainly found on the medial aspect. On this side, here is the cuneus, here is the lingual gyrus, here is the calcarine sulcus or posterior part of the calcarine sulcus. Here you will get area 17, then area 18, then 19. On this side also 17, then 18 and 19. And this area, it is continuous with the lateral surface. Here also you will get this area 17, 18 and 19. Or striate, then parastriate, then peristriate area. So here is the lunate sulcus, you know. So on the wall of the lunate sulcus, you will get the area 19, and in front of roulette circus there is area 18. So this area 17, 18, 19 are the area for vision. Area 44 and 45, then come to the temporal lobe, is a temporal pole, area 38, then superior temporal gyrus, area 41, then 42, then behind 22, and here is the angular gyrus and supramarginal gyrus in the parietal lobe, and below is the inferior temporal gyrus and is the middle temporal gyrus. Most important area is the visual cortex area 17, then area 18 and 19. So all these are important functional areas of the brain you must remember, because it is a very important question for viva examination, and also sometimes in the theory paper one question may ask, describe the important functional areas of the brain, and you must mention all these functional areas and their related blood supply, and also if they are damaged or they are injury of this particular area, what will be the effect consequently. So all these for the important functional areas of the brain. That's all for today.